Welcome to the next session of carboxylic acids. In this session, we will discuss about the chemical properties of carboxylic acids. Okay students, what is the functional group of carboxylic acids? COOH. Right? We have learned about it in the last sessions. Okay, the chemical properties are may be due to H, atom of the acid group, OH, atom of the acid group, or COOH group. The chemical properties may be due to H or OH or the whole COOH. Let us do the chemical properties of the carboxylic acid. So we are discussing in this session about chemical properties of carboxylic acids. The first property, reaction with sodium metal. Reaction with sodium metal. RCOOH plus Na gives rise to RCOONA plus half H2. Okay students, carboxylic acids are reacting with sodium metal to form sodium salts of carboxylic acids. To form sodium salts of carboxylic acids. For example, if you take acetic acid, okay, what is the formula of acetic acid students? CH3COOH. For example, if you take CH3COOH and treat it with sodium metal, you will get CH3COONA plus half H2. Okay, sodium salt of acetic acid, or it may be known as sodium acetate. Okay, this is acetic acid. Write down the names for every reactant students. This is sodium salt of acetic acid. Okay students, let us see the next reaction. Second reaction. Okay, reaction with a base NaOH. What happens when carboxylic acids react with NaOH? If you take carboxylic acids and treat it with NaOH, you will get the same product as in the case of sodium metal, RCOONA plus H2O. Okay, same product. Base also you are getting here half mole of hydrogen, whereas you will get water molecule here. For example, if you take acetic acid and add NaOH, you will get CH3COONA plus H2. Sodium acetate again. Okay, we can simply call it as sodium acetate or sodium salt of acetic acid. This is about the second chemical property of carboxylic acids. Now let us move into the next. Third property. Okay, anhydride formation. Okay, anhydride formation. Anhydrates are formed. Let me write down first. Okay. Anhydrates are formed by combining 2 moles of an acid and removing water. So here we are doing dehydration. For the dehydration, we use the reagent P2O5 because P2O5 is used as dehydrating agent. Okay, minus H2O. So you get RCOOCOR. What happens here? H2O can be removed. So this can be O, R C double bond O, O. Okay, we can write CO as C double bond O. This is anhydride formation. This is anhydride formation. Let me do with an example. CH3COOH plus CH3COOH. What we have to add, students? P2O5, dehydrating agent. What you will get? CH3COOCH3. This is an anhydride. Here we call it as acid anhydride. Here in this case, the starting material is acetic acid. So the product will be acetic anhydride. Acetic anhydride. Okay, students, this is your third chemical property. Now let us move into the next chemical property. Next chemical property. Formation of acid chlorides. So the next one is fourth one now, students. Formation of acid chlorides. For example, if you take carboxylic acid, okay, if you treat it with PCl3, what happens? You will get RC double bond O Cl, acid chloride. Okay, another byproduct will be POCl2 and HCl. POCl and HCl. If you take 3 moles, you will get 3 moles of RC double bond OCl and byproducts. Okay, if you combine RC double bond OH PCl3, you will get acid chloride as the main product. For example, if you take CH3C double bond OH, acetic acid, when you treat it with PCl3, which results in CH3C double bond OCl. Okay, acetic chloride, acid chloride. Okay, acetic chloride or acetyl chloride. Acetyl chloride. Okay, students, this is about formation of acid chlorides with PCl3. Not only PCl3 is utilized for the formation of acid chlorides, we can also use PCl5 and SOCl2. For example, CH3C double bond OH in the presence of PCl5 also results in CH3C double bond OCl. And the other reagent is CH3C double bond OH in the presence of SOCl2 also results in acid chloride. Here the byproduct will be SO2 and the byproducts in this case will be POCl3 and H3PO3. Okay, students. So acid chlorides can be prepared. Acid chlorides can be prepared from carboxylic acids using PCl3, PCl5 and thionyl chloride. This is about the fourth property of carboxylic acids. This is about the fourth property of carboxylic acid, which is nothing but preparations of acid chlorides from PCl3, PCl5 and SOCl2. Let us move into the next. Fifth property. Okay, students. Schmidt reaction. According to Schmidt, when carboxylic acids are treated with hydrozoic acid, amines are formed. So let us see the reaction. RCOOH plus N3H gives rise to RNH2 plus what will be the byproduct, students? N2 is remaining here. Here 2 oxygens. So what will be the byproduct, students? RCOOH. So CO2 is removed. Okay, and the remaining is N2. What is this? This is hydrozoic acid. remember from ammonia. For ammonia, you will write NH3. For hydrozoic acid, we will write N3H. Just reverse. I will remember the formula of hydrozoic acid in this way. Okay, this is called hydrozoic acid. So they are converted into amines. In the Schmidt reaction, what happens? Carboxylic acids are getting converted into amines. If you observe what is happening here, we have taken carboxylic acid with 2 carbons, but we have come across only 1 carbon. That means the reactant which we have taken in as a carboxylic acid will convert into the amine with 1 carbon less than the reactant. So if you take the reactant with 2 carbons, you will get the product with 1 carbon. If you take it with 3 carbons, you will get the product 2 carbons. Okay, in this way, we can easily prepare amines from Schmidt reaction. For example, take acetic acid in the place of carboxylic acid plus N3H. Hydrozoic acid, what you will get? CH3, NH2 plus CO2 plus N2. You will get methyl amine. To prepare ethyl amine, you have to take CH3, CH2, COOH. Okay, propanoic acid. Then you will get ethyl amine. So 1 carbon less than the reactant. Have you got my point, students? This is about Schmidt reaction. Next. Next reaction. Formation of amides. How will we form amides? For example, take carboxylic acid and treat it with ammonia. It results in RCONH2. So, the byproduct is H2O. So, if you treat it with ammonia, we will get amides. If you treat it with hydrozoic acid, as in the case of Schmidt reaction, you will result in amines. So, you have to take carboxylic acid and convert it into amide. So, we use the reagent ammonia. Let me write the example with acetic acid. CH3COOH plus NH3 gives rise to CH3CONH2 plus H2O. Acetamide. The name is acetamide. Here, acetic acid. Here the name of the carboxylic acid, acetic acid is converting into acetamide. This is about the 6th property of carboxylic acids, which is nothing but formation of amides from carboxylic acids using ammonia. Let us move into the next property, students. Seventh one, right, students? Hunts-Teicher reaction. Hunts-Teicher reaction. In this Hunts-Teicher reaction, what happens here is silver salts of carboxylic acids, not carboxylic acids directly. Silver salts of carboxylic acids are treated with bromine at 80 degrees C temperature to form alkyl halides. Okay, what is the formula of silver salts of carboxylic acid? RCOOH. How we got this silver salt of carboxylic acid? By the replacement of H of the carboxylic acid by silver atom will result in the silver salt of carboxylic acids. So, silver salts of carboxylic acids are treated with bromine halogen at 80 degrees C temperature. At 80 degrees C temperature results in RBr, alkyl halides, plus CO2 plus AgBr. Alkyl halide plus CO2 plus AgBr. Okay, students. For example, if you take here. This is nothing but methyl bromide. What is happening here? This CH3 will add bromine to form methyl bromide. This CO will be released as carbon dioxide, and other bromine of other Br atom of this bromine molecule will react with Ag to form silver bromide. Not only aliphatic carboxylic acids undergo this reaction, aromatic carboxylic acids also undergo this reaction. Let me write COOAg. What will be the name of this compound, students? Silver salt of benzoate with COOH is benzoic acid. So the name will be silver salt of benzoic acid. Silver salt of benzoic acid is treated with bromine, same at 80 degrees C temperature. You will get bromobenzene. You will get bromobenzene plus CO2 plus AgPr. The byproducts are same as in the case of aliphatic carboxylic acid. Hans-Dieter reaction is very important, students. We have come across 2 times in this semester. So it is very important. Please note it down. Next. Okay. 8th one, students. HVZ reaction. HVZ reaction is nothing but Hell-Wolfhard-Jelenski reaction. Okay? Hell-Wolfhard-Jelenski reaction. What happens in this reaction? Alpha halogenation takes place. Alpha halogenation takes place when we react. Okay, when we react carboxylic acids with halogens in the presence of iron or phosphorus as catalyst. This is your HVZ reaction. The complete name of HVZ reaction is Hell-Wolfhard-Jelenski reaction. Okay, alpha halogenation takes place. What is, if they ask what is HVZ reaction, please explain. In this, you have to explain like this. In the HVZ reaction, alpha halogenation takes place. We use carboxylic acid and treat it with halogens in the presence of iron P as a catalyst to form halo derivatives of carboxylic acid. This is our HVZ reaction. Let us write the equation for that. For example, if you take RCOOH plus H2 in the presence of iron or phosphorus as catalyst, you will get, let me write it with acetic acid, hydrogen, so that you will understand. Because alpha halogenation is taking place. Because alpha halogenation is taking place. Okay? What happens here? Iron, phosphorus as catalyst. You have to add halogen. Let us, for example, take chlorine. Chlorine is the main halogen which is used in HVZ reaction. So you will get CH2Cl COOH plus HCl. What is happening here? I have already discussed about alpha hydrogen. Alpha hydrogen is nothing but the hydrogen which is attached to the carbon atom, which in turn is connected to a functional group. Here COOH group is the functional group, is connected to a carbon atom which has an alpha hydrogen atom, right? Okay, that hydrogen atom is replaced by Cl. So the Cl attacks here. So that hydrogen atom which is removed to replace Cl proceeds further, or I'll write. For example, phosphorus. You will get CHCl, Cl, COOH plus HCl. Okay? Monochlorocarboxylic acid, dichlorocarboxylic acid. What is happening here? CH3 is getting converted into CH, and one more Cl is entering in the place of alpha hydrogen. And the last, again, when you treat with phosphorus and chlorine, you will get Cl, 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 COOH plus HCl. The name of this product is trichloroacetic acid. Okay students, the name of this product is trichloroacetic acid. If you observe the reactant and product, what are you observing students? Here the reactants contain 3 hydrogens. They are replaced by 3 chlorine atoms in the product. This is called alpha halogenation, and the name reaction is HVZ reaction, and the full form of HVZ reaction is Hell-Wohlhardt-Zelensky reaction. Okay students, let us move into the next. Ninth reaction, right students? Under Eisted synthesis. The next reaction is under Eisted synthesis. What happens here? We will take carboxylic acids and treat it with 2 moles of diazomethane in the presence of HCl to form the next analog of the carboxylic acid, the next higher analog of the carboxylic acid which has been taken. For example, if you have taken acetic acid, you will get propanoic acid. If you take propanoic acid, you will get butanoic acid. If you take butanoic acid, you will get pentanoic acid. We can prepare the next higher homolog of the carboxylic acid which has taken in the reactant. Here in under Eisted synthesis, we are taking an acid itself and preparing its next higher analog. We are taking acid itself and preparing next higher analog using diazomethane and HCl. This is called under Eisted synthesis. Right? Let us do the mechanism for this. Mechanism of which reaction students? Under Eisted synthesis. Let me write the reaction once again. Okay students, what is the name of this compound? Diazomethane. Here acetic acid, and here propanoic acid. Okay, for this reaction I am explaining the mechanism. First, you have to take acetic acid and treat it with HCl. What happens? You will get CH3COCl plus H2O. Acetyl chloride. In the second step, you have to take acetyl chloride. I am writing the CO of acetyl chloride as C-O, okay, plus 2 moles of diazomethane, N2. So, N plus because of 1, 2, 3, 4 bonds, and L. What happens here? CH3 from here and Cl from here will be removed. Please, if you understand this reaction, you can easily write the mechanism. Just the reaction's importance is present here, only in this understanding. Okay? 2CH2 means 2 carbons and right? So 2 carbons and 4 hydrogens. I am taking CH3 out. So what will be the remaining part? CH. Okay. So here what is remaining, students? CH. So the products will be CH3, C double bond O, CH minus N plus triple bond N plus CH3Cl. Okay, in C2H4, 2 CH2s, 1 CH is going here, other CH3 has taken Cl and came out as CH3Cl. So 1 N plus triple bond is attached here. We have taken here 2 moles. So the remaining 2 N's will be left as N2. Understood, students? CH3 Cl is going from here. Remaining part is CH minus N plus triple bond N. Here 2 moles of N plus triple bond N means totally 4 nitrogens. We are attacking only 2 nitrogens. The remaining 2 nitrogens is left as nitrogen gas. Next, we got the intermediate CH3 CH minus N plus triple bond N. Right, students? What happens here? Intramolecular rearrangement takes place. Rearrangement takes place in the molecule itself to form the more stabilized intermediate. So you will get CH3 CH minus C double bond O N plus triple bond N. We are shifting CH here and C double bond O to form more stable intermediate. And finally, what can take place, students? Acidic hydrolysis. What happens? You will get CH3 CH2. For CH minus, we are adding H plus. We are doing acidic hydrolysis. Okay? You will get CH2 and CO. We take the remaining OH plus N2 will be left. Do you understood, students, this point? We are doing hydrolysis here. So we are having proton here and OH here. So if I add proton here, what happens? CH3 CH will become CH2 and C double bond O I am adding OH. So it will become C double bond OH. Totally you will get CH3 CH2 COOH, which is propanoic acid. I have taken carboxylic acid, acetic acid. I have taken carboxylic acid, acetic acid with 2 carbons. I got the product propanoic acid. First step of the mechanism, HCl will be added, acetyl chloride is formed. In the second step of the mechanism, acetyl chloride is reacted with 2 moles of diazomethane to form an intermediate. That intermediate is not that much stable. It undergoes rearrangement followed by hydrolysis gives propanoic, next higher acid. This is about Arndt-Oersted synthesis. Last property. Esterification. What happens when an acid is taken and added to a alcohol? This is a reversible reaction, students. For example, to indicate the R group, I am keeping it as R dash. You will get RCOO R dash plus water. This is a reversible reaction, students. Acid plus alcohol can give ester. When ester undergoes hydrolysis, acid and alcohol is formed. This is a reversible reaction. And esterification can be done in 2 ways. Okay? One way is in the presence of acidic condition. The other way is in the presence of basic condition. We can carry the reaction under acidic Let us do with an example. Here I am taking acetic acid plus ethyl alcohol. I got ethyl methyl ester. Here I have taken acetic acid and added ethyl alcohol. Okay, to form ethyl methyl ester. This is called esterification reaction. This is called esterification reaction, which is very important for your short answer question. Okay, students, let us see the mechanism. I will write the mechanism generally so that you can practice by writing CH3 groups, methyl groups or ethyl groups in the place of R groups. Okay? R C double bond OH. First H plus is added to R C double bond OH. First H plus is added to R C double bond OH. So this will take up H plus. What happens? You will get R C double bond OH plus OH, which is not stable. What happens here? This bond is taken, this two electrons is taken up by oxygen, because oxygen is more electronegative. It is carrying positive charge. So to neutralize the positive charge, this two pair of electrons has been taken. You will get R C OH with positive charge. Okay, students. Now we'll add alcohol R dash OH. What happens here? Here it will be this ROH, alcohol will be ionized as R dash O minus H plus. This R dash O minus attacks carbon. Okay, taken up by attacks the carbon. So you will get R C OH here the new R. So let us add the electron pair with oxygen. Okay, you will get COH R dash here. We should not ionize. We should add alcohol with its lone pair of electrons on the oxygen atom. So we will result in this. Again in this case, oxygen is getting positive charge. What happens here? Okay. So in the first case, we have added a proton. In this case, we will remove a proton to this. Here, oxygen is getting positive charge. So hence this intermediate is not that much stable. To make a stable intermediate, I am removing proton, because the proton which is added in the first step has been removed in this step, minus H plus. You will get RCOH. And finally what happens? Here, it may be here or here. The bond between, because here the carbon is carrying two OH groups which is not that much stable. So the bond between these two will be ionized, and this two pair of electrons forms C double bond here, and OH group will be released. So you will get R C double bond O R dash. This is your final mechanism in the acidic conditions. Okay, R0OH. Carboxylic acid is taken. We added a proton H plus, but it is not stable because oxygen is carrying positive charge. Again, this plus charge is neutralized by a two pair of electrons. So you will get RCOH and a carbanion is formed. Again, for this carbanion, we are adding alcohol molecule to the lone pair electrons which are present on the oxygen. Sorry students, we should not ionize the bond. So you will get again oxygen with positive charge, which is not that much stable. So again we will remove the proton. Okay. Here in this case we can do like this also. We will remove the proton which is added in the first step, and finally you will get ester. Or from this you can do like this also. This can be also done like this. RCOH plus HROH. Okay, if you remove the proton here, so you get C double bond more and this will go out. You can do like this also, but you will get confused. Remember in this way out, in this way only. Okay? In the next step, alcohol molecule attacks the carbanion, you will get oxygen with positive charge, which again destabilizes the intermediate. Then again proton is released. Okay? You will get a molecule with carbon having 2 OH groups, which is not that much stable. Again you will get a ester. Okay students, this is about the mechanism of esterification reactions in the presence of carboxylic acids. Mechanism of esterification reaction in the presence of carboxylic acids. This is all about the chemical properties of carboxylic acids and their derivatives. Okay students, by this session we are concluding the topic of carboxylic acids. Thank you students.